Man, we're at week 9 already? We only got like 7 weeks left to go. Oh my God. What is up, football fans? Today is Thursday, which means we got a Thursday night game, which also means picks. So we got my dad and me. We pick. If you're new to the channel and you just subscribed, thank you for that. But me and my dad, every Wednesday or Thursday, we put our picks out. My dad's not here. He's got work. The same spiel. You've seen him in other videos. He's alive. He's here. He's fine. But he's not here today. So we're going to break down picks. Then I go into comment of the day. And then I got some news and notes about videos, upcoming videos. But let's jump into the picks and let's break this MFer down. Last week, your boy, me, 13-2. I went 13-2. The two games that I didn't pick correctly last week was the Dolphins. I thought they beat the Steelers. I think we all thought the Dolphins would beat the Steelers 14-3 at some point. And the Bears. The Bears. So if I would have picked the Chargers and if I would have picked the Steelers, I would have had a completely perfect week. I missed 2 games. My dad, on the other hand, missed 4. He went 11-4. So I had about a 2-game lead on him. Now I have more of a lead on him. So this is my record of a 77-44. That's a good record. I'm well over 500 in that record. That's a very good record. And my dad's record right here is a 72-49. So I have a 5-game lead on my father. We have a few different picks this week, so he might have a chance to catch up to me. He might have a chance. Maybe a little bit. But we'll see. Let's jump into it. Tonight's game, 49ers headed to Arizona, take on the Cardinals. 49ers are undefeated. 49ers defense, Nick Bosa playing ridiculous. Fun fact, I picked up Garoppolo in my fantasy league because my dumbass forgot to put Drew Brees in last week because I didn't think Drew Brees was going to be playing. And I lost by the amount of points I would have got if I would have put Drew Brees in over Phillip Rivers. So I thought to myself, put Drew Brees in today. He's on a bye. So I picked up Jimmy Garoppolo because I think he's going to do very well against the Cardinals. The 49ers are giving 1 point. They're heading to Arizona. 10 points. Wow, I'm sorry. 49ers are giving 10 points. Don't mean to be disrespectful, 49er fans. Me and my dad both picked the 49ers. Undefeated. Cards are struggling. Cards now have Kenyon Drake. If you are in the fantasy world, I would say I definitely scoop up Kenyon Drake. He's going to do wonders for the Arizona Cardinals. But me and my dad are going to both take the 49ers in this one. Then we got the Houston Texans heading down to Jacksonville, take on Minshew and those Jaguars. They beat the crap out of the Jets last week. At some point you thought, hey, the Jets could come in. Jags beat the crap out of the Jets last week. Houston came back, had a great game. That was one of the games that I had picked against my father. I picked the Texans. He picked the other team. Texans are giving a 1.5, even though they're the away team. Me and my dad are both taking the Texans in this one. We just like the way they're playing. J.J. Watt, unfortunately, is going to IR again for the 3rd season in a row. He's ending the season on IR. It really sucks that he's having such bad luck with injuries. Like, you want to say, like, the dude, is he going to be a Hall of Famer? Is he one of the greats? Obviously, yes, but it just really makes you think, like, what is going on with J.J. Watt and his health? And then we have the Washington Redskins heading to Buffalo to take on the Bills. The Bills are giving 9.5 points. Me and my dad both taking the Bills. The Bills are playing well. They lost to the Eagles. That's one of the games I picked. And my dad picked the Bills. I knew the Bills would lose to the Eagles. But the Bills are playing better. They're going to be playing better than the Redskins. Don't be surprised if the Redskins kind of cover this 9.5 point spread. But me and my dad are both taking the Bills. Bills are home. Defense is better. Josh Allen has his legs are dynamic. It's a great thing. And the Redskins are kind of just struggling right now. So they got 1 win because of the Dolphins. But yeah, me and my dad are both taking the Bills in this one. Then we have the Tennessee Titans led by Ryan Tannehill, who he played okay last week. Now, you see, 2-3 touchdowns, and you think, wow, what are you saying he played okay? His defense really helped him out. His defense gave him short fields. Some of the interceptions he threw were brought back by penalties. But, again, I have no hate for Tannehill. I've said it time and time again. I've said it on this channel. I've said it in videos. Ryan Tannehill is a good quarterback. Is he elite? No. Is he crap? No. He's a good quarterback. You put a lot around him, he'll prosper for you. Tennessee Titans headed to Carolina to take out Kyle Allen and the Carolina Panthers. Cam Newton might have his days numbered. A lot of you guys are asking me would I trade for Cam Newton to be on the Dolphins. No. Not because he sucks, not because he's washed up, not because of the injuries and all that stuff, but because it's what the old Dolphins would do. You go to trade for Cam Newton, like the Dolphins traded for Dante Culpepper when they're at the ass end of their career, and all of a sudden they don't work out, and then all of a sudden it's just a waste. Start fresh. Keep on the path we're on. So me and my dad are both taking... Actually, no. I'm taking the Carolina Panthers. I think Kyle Allen, I think Christian McCaffrey, I think that dynamic team is going to give this Titans team a little bit of a trouble. Panthers are giving 3.5 points. They are the home team. My dad is taking the Titans. I'm taking the Panthers in this one. Then we have the Vikings heading to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs. The spread, there is no spread. I have a spread for every game but that one. And then I looked on multiple sources, and they're like, I don't know yet. Vegas doesn't know what to do with this one. My dad is taking the Chiefs. I am torn on this one. Now, Vikings are playing well defensively. Chiefs are playing okay with Matt Moore in there. I literally have on here, zoom in if I can, I'm taking the Vikings, and that is if Patrick Mahomes is not playing. If Patrick Mahomes is going to play, I would take the Chiefs. But without Patrick Mahomes, I'm going to take the Vikings in that one. Plain and simple. The Chicago Bears are heading up to Philly to take on the Eagles. More east to Philly to take on the Eagles. Eagles are giving 4.5 in this one. Me and my dad are both taking the Eagles in this one. Mitch Trubisky is struggling this year, and it's going to cost them another win this week. So me and my dad are both taking the Eagles in this one. We just don't think that the defense can hold up as well without the offense doing something. And trust me, as a Dolphin fan, I know when you have a great defense and have an offense that is struggling. Trust me on that. It really sucks for certain games. Then we have the Colts heading to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers that just beat the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins were giving Mason Rudolph a hard time. When Xavier Howard was in there, he gave him a hard time. He would have thrown 3 interceptions. One of them was a pass interference on the offense, called back, and the other one was just a drop interception. But the Pittsburgh Steelers are taking on the Colts. Steelers have a good defense, if you couldn't tell. Even though Dolphins did put 14 up, Steelers turned it up and played better. They have a great running game in Connor. All that stuff. My dad is taking the Steelers for the reasons I'm saying. I'm taking the Colts because I like the way the Colts are playing. I like the way their defense is playing. I like the way Brissett is mixing it up. And I have a good feeling about the Colts in this one, so I'm taking the Colts in this one. Then we have the Detroit Lions heading to Oakland to take on the Raiders. Raiders are giving 2 points. My dad's taking the Raiders. He's been taking the Raiders, and he's been losing when he's taking the Raiders. The Lions did really well last week against the Giants. I'm going to ride that hot hand. I'm going to choose the Lions in this one. This is a very even-matched game. I think the Lions and the Raiders kind of are very even-matched, even-keeled teams. Raiders giving 2. Like I said, I'm taking the Lions in this one. Then we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers heading to Seattle, going from the East Coast to the West Coast, take on the Seattle Seahawks. Me and my dad both taking the Seahawks. Seahawks are giving 6. It's just the Bucs are the lesser of the team. Bucs GM is making a fake Twitter account to talk up Jameis Winston. I ain't going to help him play any better. Man was throwing interception after interception last week against the Tennessee Titans. It was ridiculous. So me and my dad are both taking the Seahawks in this one. And we got the Cleveland Browns heading up to Denver. Cleveland's giving 3.5 to the Denver Broncos. Me and my dad are both taking the Broncos in this one. We like the Broncos defense. Flacco not as much, but we're liking the defense. Cleveland Browns, just real quick, Cleveland Browns. I talked about this in the offseason. The Cleveland Browns did so much, and they're struggling, and you're going to start to see their fan base crumble. You saw, now, there was the video that came out of Baker Mayfield snapping at a reporter, but I don't blame him. Because if he doesn't get passionate about the loss, then all of a sudden he looks like he doesn't care. So he's damned if you do, damned if you don't. But I honestly think that the Broncos are going to take this one. Then we got the Packers heading to LA to take on the Chargers. Packers are giving 5.5. Me and my dad are both taking the Packers. The Chargers are banged up. I picked the Chargers last week to beat the Bears. They couldn't pull it off. No, I picked the Bears to beat the Chargers. My bad. We're picking the Packers in this one. The Packers are just too dynamic on offense with that run game with Rodgers. It's too dynamic, and the Chargers are just way too banged up. So me and my dad both taking the Packers. Then we got the Sunday night game. This game's going to be really good. We got the New England Patriots giving 3.5, heading to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. My dad's taking the Patriots. Every time the Patriots play anyone on a primetime game, except for that one opening week when they lost. But taking on the Baltimore Ravens on primetime, my dad's taking the Patriots, but not me. I understand Bill Belichick can pull something out of his ass. I understand that Bill Belichick is very good at making your quarterback do what he doesn't want to do. So when it comes to Lamar Jackson, keeping him in the pocket and making him throw. The man is on par with rushing yards over 20 yards or more with Cook and Fournette. The man is having more yards than the top running backs in the league. But he doesn't want to be called a running back. His passing yards, I think he had 190 passing yards last week and like over 100 and something rushing yards. So what Belichick's going to do is going to keep him in the pocket and see if he can beat him by throwing. I'm still going to take the Ravens in this one. I like the Ravens defense, and I think Lamar Jackson is going to let loose, if not with his arm, with his legs. And I'm picking the Ravens because I think they'll win, and I hope they'll win because tired of listening to the Patriots being undefeated. Then we got the Monday night game, the Cowboys giving 1.5, heading to New York to take on the Giants. Not New York, it's New Jersey. It's literally up the road from me. Me and my dad are both taking the Cowboys. Giants did okay against the Lions, but still lost big. Cowboys are starting to get their groove back, getting on their feet. Me and my dad are both taking the Cowboys. And then we got the Jets going down to Miami, take on the Miami Dolphins. My dad's taking the Dolphins. Now, you would think my dad taking the Dolphins like he's done every week, that he's just being Homer, which he is. That's what my dad does. Again, if you want to know who I'm picking, you got to wait till tomorrow's video where I preview the Jets and the Dolphins. But, yeah, this game, for my dad to pick the Dolphins, isn't that outlandish if you really think about it. But I'll talk about it in tomorrow's video when I break down the Jets versus the Dolphins. But be sure to comment below. Let me know what your picks are. Let me know if I picked against your team, why would I do that, if I'm stupid, all that stuff. But just comment below. Let me know. I love reading your guys' comments. And let me get to one of your guys' comments of the day. Now, I normally pick a comment either from Twitter or from below. But this one, for this comment of the day, is I have seen debates get nasty. I've seen people call each other names. I've seen it's bad. It's bad. And I've seen this question get asked to me, especially in the last video, over and over and over and over in the comment section. And that is Tua versus Burrow, whatever you want to say, and Tua versus Chase Young. Who are the Dolphins going to take with the first overall pick? Who are they going to take? Should they take Tua's overrated? Tua has the team around him. Tua can't do this. Tua has 2 bad ankles. Tua's not this. Tua is this. Tua that. Look at Burrow. Burrow is a one year wonder. Burrow didn't do this last year. Burrow this. Burrow that. Chase Young. Look at Chase Young. But Chase Young doesn't play against top talent. Neither does Tua. Tua doesn't play against... This is what I hear constantly. So I keep getting the comment. Tua versus Chase Young or Tua versus Burrow. I'm not answering it. And I'll give you the reason why. It's too early. It's too early. Look at some of the top prospects. Smith, the linebacker for the Cowboys. He played in the bowl game, completely exploded his knee, and his draft stock plummeted. It's too early. We don't know where we're picking, and we don't know how these guys are going to play out the end of the year. It's too early. Now, I know the debating is fun, and I enjoy the heck out of debating. I enjoy the heck out of having conversations and getting to see what you guys are thinking and you guys seeing what I'm thinking. It's super fun. But at some point, especially with some of these conversations, especially some that I've seen and some that I've read, it can get a little nasty, a little name calling. Even though all we want as this fan base of the Miami Dolphins is just to get better. But again, I'm going to make a specific video talking about Tua, the things that people say, all that stuff, and all that. I'm doing a bunch about this in the off season. Maybe even closer to like championship, maybe in the NCAA championship, depending who's there, or if Tua doesn't make it. I have a ton of videos planned, but be sure to comment. Just crack my knuckles. Be sure to comment below, subscribe if you haven't yet. I have a ton planned for all the things that you guys want to talk about. Just for me, as of right now, it's too early. We still got another half of a season. We still got a long ways to go, and a lot can change, especially when it comes to where we're drafting and who we're drafting. Especially in free agency. You never know. What if we pick up a bunch of top-notch defensive ends? Chase Young still could be a top option, but things could change, is all I'm saying. So, there's that. Real quick, Friday is my preview video for Dolphins versus Jets. Friday is also going to be my midseason report video. So it's going to be a combination video because I did quarter. I'm going to do mid, 3 quarters, season review videos. I'm doing the midseason review on Friday. It's going to be intertwined with the preview video for the Dolphins versus Jets. And then real quick, got a new Patreon. It's my boy. Boop, put his name up here, all Harvard-fied. Again, if you are a $4 Patreon, you get your name shouted out. And if you're an $8 Patreon, you become a mod and you get first dibs at comment of the day. So just wanted to real quick, Patreon's below if you want to get on that. I'm also thinking of doing another one that maybe is like $12, and you could be part of one of my live streams, like bring you in on a video. Think about adding that. So Patreon's below if you want to do it. If you can't afford it or you don't want to, don't feel like you need to, well, be sure to follow me on Twitter. If you don't have a Twitter, don't feel like you need to, but be sure to follow me on Twitter. I'm breaking down a lot of things. I don't know if I'm going to be able to live stream Sunday, the Jets game, but I will be tweeting out a lot. So be sure to follow me on Twitter. Also, a lot of you guys started following me on Instagram. You get to saw my Halloween costumes and stuff. So be sure to check that out. Also, check out the Bit Boys. October is over tomorrow. And tomorrow's the last October game, and then we're going to go back to some other games, and we got Christmas games we're going to play, so be sure to go check that out. Subscribe if you haven't already. I think we're about like 6 or 7 away from 500 subs, so if you like that stuff, subscribe. If not, don't feel like you need to. Give this video a thumbs up because you enjoy the picks videos, because you enjoy breaking down every game of the week, because you enjoy the videos. That's how I know. That's how I know to keep making these videos, is by you hitting that thumbs up button. Also, be sure to check out Sportscasters and DolphinsTalk.com, both great sites, both I'm a part of, both my content's on. Sportscasters, I live stream when I live stream on YouTube, and Dolphins Talk, they broadcast my videos, and they have podcasters over there and great Dolphin beat writers. So be sure to check that out. Other than that, hit that subscribe button. I'm making these videos regardless of the Dolphins record, and I love talking about football. That's why I make these picks videos. So be sure to hit the subscribe button if you didn't yet. I will see you guys tomorrow with the preview and the midseason report, Dolphins versus Jets. But like usual, stay classy. Fins up.